We are Change Wisconsin. We hold regular meetings, we attend political rallies and such. Let's get down to what's really happening in the world, because we've heard a lot of different symptoms of a much greater problem. There's obviously something bigger than just 9/11. There's something bigger than just, you know, the conspiracy theories and the economy and the wars, and there's an agenda. There's an end goal to all these things, and these things that we're talking about are all steps. See, what's happening is there are a group of people who have always controlled everything and want to continue to always control everything. They're the ones who have always ran and run the banks. They're the ones who have always funded the elections. They're the ones who have funded both sides of the war in many cases, so they can profit from both angles. So it doesn't matter. It's like a Don King fight. If Don King owns both fighters, it doesn't matter who wins the fight because he still gets his money. And that's what's happening in the world today. I've heard many concerns, everything from the economy to the wars, to peace and everything else. See, people don't want, it's actually, I believe the term you're really looking for is corporatism. Because if you look at the structure, if you do your history in America, there was a point when this country was founded, you couldn't just have a corporation. You could start a business. And I recommend starting a business.
Without money and lots of it. And
that's because we have a huge imbalance. These bankers are funding everything. They own both Pepsi and Coca-Cola, so it doesn't matter if you like Pepsi or Coke. They get paid. They own the Republicans and the Democrats, so it doesn't matter who gets elected. So all they have to do is continue this perpetual deal where you're being given two choices. It's not a monopoly, it's a duopoly. So you have the illusion of choice, but there really is no choice, because for somebody to start a soft drink company, you have to compete with these ginormous corporations. And when these corporations own and control everything, all they have to do to pull the rug out from under the American people is move to another country. It's a pretty simple thing to understand. So these people have funded World War I and II. Prescott Bush funded Hitler through a company called I.G. Farben. If you do your research, I.G. Farben was found guilty under the Trading with the Enemies Act, and the company was dismantled. Of course, nobody ever goes to jail. Same with the savings and loan scandal. Same with Enron. Same with these stupid bailouts. These bankers are raping us. They are the shareholders. They sit back, and what they do is they create these corporations, and they fund, you know, whoever's got a good idea. They own all the patents on everything. They own a major percentage of just about every corporation. And so the corporation then functions mainly for profit. So if you're on the board of directors, or if you're a shareholder, your concern is make money. Make money, make me money. I'm investing, making money, and most people don't even pay attention to the practices of the corporations or the bankers. And a lot of these companies, they're not American companies anymore. They're international. These corporations do not hold an alliance to this country. It's not an American economy that we're looking at anymore. Look at how many, when a Walmart moves into a town and all the mom and pop shops shut down. You know, Walmart used to sell made in America, but they don't sell made in America anymore. Everything's made in China. They have made us dependent on China, because now China's doing pretty much most of the manufacturing. We then become dependent on them. They become dependent on us for buying the products. So they create an interdependence. They've done this through the World Trade Organization. They've done it through NAFTA, GATT, and all these other crazy treaties where we can't even compete anymore. We have a higher standard of living. We can't afford to pay someone $10, $12 an hour to make a product. They can pay somebody in China $2, $20, $30 an hour. So we can't compete. So we got to get out of NAFTA. We got to get out of GATT. We have to get rid of these treaties. We have to get back to our American values. We have to start a business. I mean, if you have a skill, or if you've got a talent of some kind, start your own business. That is how we're going to take this country back. Is we have to create the industry in this country, made in America, for America, and by America. Because right now we have debt more than we've ever had. We're borrowing money, and then we're bailing banks out. And here's the kicker: is when the chairman of the Federal Reserve was asked, where did the money go? He says, well, you know, hundreds of banks got it, and so the senator asked him again, well, are you going to tell me who these people are? And he said, no, I'm not going to tell you. The international bankers are sucking everything up. They don't care about America. They don't want America to be a superpower. They don't want to be a superpower. They want a one world government. And this is the direction that everything's going into. Our economy is being destroyed by design.
Yeah.
The people with the money are doing this on purpose.
Now, what about oligarchy and
Exactly.
plutocracy and Ben Bernanke?
Yep, Ben Bernanke needs to be...
He said it all over. He
Yep,
said
he needs to be... We should not even have a Federal Reserve. First of all, the Federal Reserve is not a federal institution. It's no more federal than Federal Express. We are borrowing. The United States government borrows money from a private bank at interest. So think about that. We're borrowing money from interest. How do we ever pay that money back? Because we need money to pay it back, so we got to borrow more money. It's a perpetual debt. It never goes away. That is why we have inflation. That is why they just they just start to turn the printing press on full blast, and then they print more money. And when they crash the economy, they create the catastrophe they need to where the entire world economy crashes, and then they can bring in their real agenda. So they create the crisis, and they come in with their false solution, which is a one-world government, a one-world currency, and I'm going to show you where this really goes. What they really want to do, according to the Rockefeller and the Rothschild's plan, is to implant you with this chip. This is the mark of the beast. They want to put this in you, and it'll track all of your transactions. It will track your medical records. It will track your financials. This is it. That was a great.